So hey, what's up guys, Riotbox here and welcome to a brand new episode of the F1 2019 Career Mode, and we are here for episode number 5 where we're heading out to the 4th round of the F1 season, and it's going to be at Azerbaijan. But getting into this Grand Prix, just take a look at the R&D. We had a failed aero part, and that is the front wing, so we're going to get in, fix that. Hopefully that'll be developed for the next round, but let's get straight into the qualifying.
Rub it in with practice, but this is still going to be a difficult session for our drivers as they fight for pole position. Welcome to qualifying here in Azerbaijan. Now then, Anthony Davidson, you're not getting any younger, but you have been involved in your fair share of qualifying sessions in an illustrious 30-year career. How do you deal with the pressure when you have that one chance to deliver a perfect lap?
It's not so much about dealing with the pressure, it's more about how you approach the risk and just how much of it are you willing to take. You're constantly balancing the car on the edge of grip from braking, cornering and traction, and over the course of a lap it's easy to get that balance wrong, and that's why achieving the perfect lap is almost impossible. As you say, I've been doing this 30 years now and it never gets any easier.
Right then, heading straight into qualifying, we're in Q1 here, trying to make it into the next stage of qualifying, into qualifying 2. I doubt we'll get into the penalty shootout, not the penalty shootout, like the qualifying pole position shootout is what I mean. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and set our first lap, and it's going to put us up into P6 for now, but I'm not confident we're going to stay there. Lots of people still set their times, and this Renault engine struggling in a straight line. So I'm just taking a look at the leaderboard at this stage, seeing how that lap did us. I mean, it did us not very well. We're in P19. That is absolutely awful. You can see our teammate Lando Norris is struggling, but in qualifying, everyone's got their engines turned up. We've got ours as turned up as much as possible. We've got our aero set out for the race, so it's not that quick in a straight line. I've gone for downforce rather than top end speed, but that could prove to be a mistake, especially in qualifying. Come the race, it might pay off. But anyway, let's see if we can improve. You can see we are under our previous time, so is it going to be enough to jump us up into the next stages of qualifying? No, it isn't. Look at that, still P19. We improved, but still P19, so looks like we're going to have to settle for starting pretty much stone dead last, and by the end of qualifying it is stone dead last. So you see our teammate didn't make it either, so he struggled. So we're not too far off the pace. Hopefully we've got some better race pace, but let's head straight into the race then.
Good afternoon and welcome to Baku. This was the arena, if you think back to 2017, of one of the most eventful races of modern history, with controversy behind the safety car, last-second overtakes, and a historic podium for Williams and for Lance Stroll. So let's find out what lies in store for us this year. It's time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Joining me for today's race once again is Anthony Davidson. Now, I want to ask you about Lando Norris. They're still relatively new to a sport which does have a high learning curve and, of course, little tolerance for mistakes.
And this is something that has ended the career of many a young driver, as that leap up to Formula 1 proves to be too much. But luckily in this case, I'd say they're doing a good solid job, and the risk the team took in signing them is definitely starting to pay off.
Right then, we are here on the grid waiting for the lights to go out, and we're starting P19. Hopefully we can get ourselves a better result in the race, maybe push for some points if we are lucky. But anyway, get ourselves a decent launch, spin up the rears quite a bit at the start, and Raikkonen goes straight past us. We're going to try hold it around his outside though. It's pretty tight, side by side coming through turn number 1 into turn number 2 now. It's going to be pretty tight. We try to go up the inside. Oh, can't stick my nose up the inside of Weber and Norris. It will end up in myself, Weber and Norris ending up with damaged cars, that sort of thing. So we take it easy. We've already made up a few positions off at the start, especially after getting that poor launch. So so far so good into the first few corners. Now come to the end of the second little straight. Lots of many straights around here to try and get some overtakes if you've got this top end speed. But this McLaren, unfortunately, is pretty much dog slow in a straight line. But now we're going to get a run on our teammate Norris up the inside. We want to beat our teammate, of course. Luckily he's struggling with pace as well, but our race pace has been pretty good off the start. We're already up into P16 now. We're trying to line up Weber, our former F2 rival slash teammate, and he's followed us up through the ranks as well. as Butler, as you know, if you've seen other career modes on this game, and as you know, the game will be coming out shortly. You get the early access version tomorrow, so if you guys are looking forward to the new game and are getting it tomorrow when the early access version launches, then do let me know down below in the comments. But anyway, back to the action. We're trying to chase down Weber. He's pulled away on that little straight, and that's where we lose out a lot of time to some of our other our other rival. They are in cars which have a bit better acceleration, that sort of thing. So I'm just saving all of my ERS for this main straight, just to try and overtake Weber or anyone else. I mean, there's no DRS for a couple of laps, so that's either going to hinder us or help us. And in this case, I think it's going to hinder us, because you see, we would be coming up to the DRS zone, but obviously not having it on lap number 1. Weber's pulling away. We've got it in overtake mode and everything. Rich, we're going all out as fast as we can, but it's just not enough to catch up to Weber. But coming to turn 1 on the brakes, we're strong on the brakes, you see. Good race pace, good aero package, but just the straight line speed is awful, and we're overheating the engine as well. So this Renault engine is absolutely awful. Look at them tripping each other up over into turn 2 on lap number 2. That catches us right up to the back of this pack, and there's quite a few cars in this little battle, so we could make up some good places here. I want to make up a couple of places if I can on this lap before everyone spreads out, going around the outside, trying to. A few bits are giving us room, if not a little bit of room. Coming up the inside for the next corner, and we're going to get the job done, hopefully on exit. Yeah, much better traction from this Williams. Now onto the back of Weber. Engine overheating again. Q-bits are still behind us, and this could hinder us down the straight. If you've got a hot engine and it's overheating, it's not going to perform well on the straights, is it? So throughout the whole race, I was trying to manage it, because I was had it in rich, and using rich mix is causing this overheating, but I'm using it in rich all the way through that big long straight, and then through the next straight on the first sector. So we're really having to use it. As Q-bits sends one up the inside and thinks better of it to back out of it. I've only just cooled the engine down, and now I'm going to have to try and catch up to the back of Weber, but it's not going to work. Look at this on lap number 2. Q-bits is coming at us. No DRS or anything, just with pure Mercedes power going around our outside. We hold it up the inside on the brakes, luckily. Locking up the inside tyre, but we get away with it, and now we can try and hunt down Weber again. Another lockup from that front left tyre, so not doing well for us today. These lockups, so you can see Weber's getting past Ricciardo, another Renault power car being overtaken by someone else. So the Renault engine really performing poorly round here. I mean, even the Honda's doing better in the strapped in the back of that Toro Rosso. Never thought I'd say it, but it is the Honda engine better than the Renault one. Anyway, what can we do to get past Ricciardo? He's in a Renault power car, which is going to help us. We're going to get the DRS. Look at that rear tyre really going, and look at the engine already overheating. I need to take it out of rich mix, but I don't want to lose the performance. It's like a juggling act trying to manage this engine. This engine is absolutely awful. You see, we do eventually take it out of rich mix, and we've got the slipstream, we've got the DRS, got the ERS and everything, and we're about to top out, and I don't think we can get past him. It's going to have to be done on the brakes. Luckily we're confident on the brakes coming to turn 1, as Hulkenberg is trying to defend from Weber now. Weber's really making his way up through the field, so that's really good for him, and you can see we're trying to find a way past Hulkenberg around the outside, and we just make contact with him. He makes contact with the wall, who bounces off the wall into us, and we're at the inside now. Managed to hold on to that move on the Renault driver. So anyway, we're through up into P13. Weber's in P12 up ahead, so we will be approaching our pit stops, and here we go, our first pit stop and only pit stop of the race, lap number 5. Here we go. Look at that rear tyre, 50% almost on the rear tyre. Look at that, absolutely crazy stuff. We're in the pits then. Our teammate is just ahead of us in P18. Kubica follows into the pit as well. So let's get back to the racing then. Hopefully we will be able to overtake a few people and come back out behind Weber, even potentially ahead. I tried to pit a lap earlier than him to get the undercut on him. Weber's just coming out of the pits here. We run it deep into turn 1. I get all excited that Weber's there, but there he is. He seems to gain time, if not remain the same. So no gains on Weber with the early pit stop. We're only going to pay for that later on the race, as our tyres will be a lap older than his. Anyway, next lap, more people in the pits. What can we do? Gain a few positions, hopefully. That is the aim. Albon, Weber's teammate, is just up ahead, and Weber is on a charge here. He's got past his teammate now, so can Weber make his way up into the top 10? And we're trying to go with him. So far I've been able to go with him, but do we have the pace in this second stint on these medium tyres to try and get past Albon and follow Weber up through the field? That would be great if we could. Anyway, lap number 9, we've got one more person in the pits. It is Daniel Ricciardo. We're going to overtake him again, locking up that inside tyre. struggling. We're confident on the brakes, but we're struggling with lockups. It's not affecting us too badly. It's going to affect tyre wear, but nothing we can't deal with or handle. So it's just the rears around here that we're really paying. It's point and squirt in lots of right angle corners, so got to watch out for the traction and wheel spin. So lap number 12, we're just trying to catch up to the guys ahead, but they are pulling away, and our tyres are starting to go. We've got this lap and the next one to go. Another lock up from that front left. The engine's looking pretty worn as well, and here we go, just trying to bring it around the final few laps, and we've got the two Mercedes powered Williams cars all over the back of us, putting the pressure on. Look at us getting sideways through there. Wow, that is absolutely crazy stuff. They are all over the back of us. Anyway, coming to the end of lap number 12, here comes George Russell up our inside, makes easy work, just cuts through us like butter, and Kubica almost follows him. I clip the back of George Russell, trying to brake as late as we can, nowhere we could go, and now we've got a damaged front wing, and we're not going to be able to catch up to the back of Russell, surely. Again, another lockup is not being helped by that damaged front wing. We pick up the DRS. This could be our lifeline to try and get back up into P13. No points on offer for this position, just racing for our pride. But anyway, what can we do? Tucked in the slipstream. Can we send one around the outside of George Russell in that Williams? Oh, look how tight that is. We closed the door and launched ourselves around the corner. Absolutely committed. It was all or nothing, and look at us understeering. This is just horrendous. Lose an end plate, and it goes. The steering and grip goes, and look at Russell up the inside. Oh, I had to so commit around the outside. We even clobbered the wall, and come around this next little sharp downhill corner. I don't know what turn number it is, but anyway, we pull away from Russell. Hopefully I've saved up enough ERS to get us down this back straight and home over the finish line without having to defend from George Russell and that Mercedes power Williams. And this Mercedes power unit is so good, so's the Ferrari one. The Honda one's pretty good as well, and this Renault one is absolutely awful. But anyway, I think we've got enough of a gap to bring the car home for P13. A good recovery, I think, from P19, and I must say our teammate didn't finish in.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Ferrari have really pulled it out of the bag today. It's a great win. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, I know it's a bit of a boring answer, but the truth is they simply had the best speed package on the day, and a driver who knows how to take advantage of that. It doesn't matter how much time you spend poring over the stats and planning strategies if you can't keep the pace, and our winner today showed they could do both.
Ferrari are at it again, an excellent performance at today's Grand Prix, and they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there.
So then it's been a thoroughly enjoyable race, a good recovery after a poor qualifying, and we'll be heading out to Spain, where hopefully we'll be able to start bringing this McLaren up to some point scoring positions again. A track that should suit our car, but as you can see, Lando Norris did not finish. He had an engine failure, and if we take a look at the standings, we've dropped down to P9 now. Devon Butler goes up ahead of us, our former rival in F2, and still probably our rival. We want to try and beat him. So make sure you tune into the next Grand Prix. Hopefully we'll get some upgrades on the car very, very soon if the McLaren R&D development team pull their finger out and get us some successful upgrades. But for now, I will see you in the next one.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. Devon is now ahead of you in the championship. Are you concerned? There wasn't much between you and Lucas by the finish today. You really cut your way through the field today. What was your strategy? Do you think you were lucky not to end your race with that crash? Appreciate your time.